Oh, so you like twists? Here, have a twist in every single chapter then. I had no expectations from this book, and the only thing I knew about it was that it was a murder mystery with unreliable narrators, and it sure delivered on that. So let's have a quick review. His and Hers by Alice Feeney has two main viewpoint characters. The first one is Anna Andrews, who is a news reporter. She has her dream job, but suddenly her job is in danger. She's sent to cover a murder that happens in her hometown, and she realizes she has a connection to the victim. The second main viewpoint is Jack Harper, who's a detective. He's investigating the murder, but he also realizes he has some connection to the victim. There are also chapters written in italics, which are supposed to be the murderer's viewpoints. In the audiobook, the voice that reads those chapters is masked, so that was an interesting touch I enjoyed. The way this book works is this murder is going on, and you don't know who did it or why, and you also keep getting some backstory on Anna's teenage years and her relationships with her school friends and her relationship with her mother, her relationship with her husband and her family. The book keeps revealing things, and it does a great job at revealing information. Every chapter has a dun 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 moment. Wait, why am I saying dun dun dun? I can just add it in the editing. Every chapter has a moment. Suddenly someone goes, and I knew who exactly she was, because she was my sister's distant friend from high school or something like that. Literally everyone in this book is connected to each other. Oh, that guy? Yeah, I knew him. How? Because we slept together a few times. It gets a bit weird, but the book leads you to believe something and leads you in certain directions, and then no, it was not who she was. This was who she was. Every chapter has moments like that. It's exhausting, but kind of fun. It reads very quick, especially the last 20% or so. You probably won't be able to stop, so don't read during lunchtime. Speaking from experience here, I don't know if I should remind you eating food is actually more important than reading a book, okay? But I'm guessing some of you might appreciate the reminder. Even though it's a fun, quick read, it's not a light read. I can't stress this enough, but whatever trigger you can imagine, this book probably has it. A lot of intense stuff happens in this book, so it's definitely not for everyone in that regard. I've never read anything else by this author, but apparently her book Sometimes I Lie is being adapted into a TV series starring Sarah Michelle Gellar. I'm pretty sure they're going to adapt this one too. This book would make a great 8-episode HBO series or something like that. There are so many twists, and TV audience loves that kind of stuff. I'm confident it's going to happen, especially because she's already under Hollywood's radar now. I guess if Sometimes I Lie completely flops, it might be unlikely they'll make this one, but we'll see. I don't know if I'll read Sometimes I Lie. Maybe I'll read before the TV series comes out. I don't really care. I'm impressed by the author's ability to sustain the mystery for so long though. This is basically a whodunit type of story. You start suspecting everyone, and your viewpoint characters are unreliable too. On top of that, a character says something during a chapter, then in one of the murder chapters, the murderer says something similar to that, and then you go like, no way, is that the murderer? I'm sad to say that I was not able to guess the murderer, and in failing to do so, I fell into the murderer's trap, I guess. I want to know if you read this book and was able to guess correctly. I think it makes sense though. I didn't feel cheated in the end, because sometimes the murderer ends up being like a totally random person that you had no way of guessing, but in this case, I think you can guess it if you follow the clues very carefully. I wonder if the experience changes in the second read once you know who the murderer is, but I don't care enough to do that. It's not like a life-changing book, okay? You'll probably forget about this book in a couple of years. It doesn't have like super interesting, complex characters or anything like that. It has a nice trick. It keeps you guessing. It's a mystery thriller novel. There isn't much more to expect from it. I think it delivers it perfectly fine. I think it would be a great travel book. If you have a bookstore at an airport and still don't have this book, you should. You don't have to think about it much, just follow the story and it unravels itself. I actually think you'd have more fun if you don't try to guess who did it. Don't treat it like a brain teaser or anything like that. It does a good job explaining things to you gradually anyway. Overall, this was a fun read for me, and I highly recommend this book if you like unreliable narrators and murder mysteries. And once the TV show is announced, we can talk about it more, I guess. It is going to happen. This is such a mystery TV show vibe kind of book. But anyway, if you enjoyed this video, please leave a like to let me know. And if you'd like to see more reviews, don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you next time.
I am complete. 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 I am complete.